generate the level. Okay. So I'll put a little dash here. Randomly generate level. Depending on the game, maybe he gets to keep running till he trips, and so we would like generate more levels. But for now, we're just making one level. What else do we need to do? What do we need to do after we randomly generate the level? Just think about what this character is doing, right? So we get a level, we randomly generate it, and then what? Not look for collisions, but we have to look for something. Not player input. I call this Pathfinder. What do you think we have to do? Find the path. Yeah. We need to find the most efficient route for the computer. Right? This is an AI assignment.
Artificial intelligence.
Back a bunch. Right, so step 1, make a level. Step 1.5 is randomly generate obstacles and stuff. I don't know why I'm drawing shapes instead of numbers, but this will totally just be numbers when we're done.
How do we make sure it knows the obstacle is on the obstacle is on the path? There we go. We gotta make sure of that, right?
Yes. Because our path is going to be an array. So we can check every array position. So if you wanted to find the best path, how would you do it? Yep. For every position, since it's always going to move forward, just find the lowest number and move there. That's one form of basic pathfinding. Let's say we have something, I'm just going to put in some random stuff. Okay. Sure. Really difficult obstacle there. Alright. Look at the computer. Can you start picking starting points? What should I pick? 4.
I wonder if this is how Assassin's Creed did their free running.
Well, right now we're focused on AI. I don't know. Alright. I'm going to make these different colors so you don't get confused. Say, this row is blue. God, that's hard to do. So it's a really pink, gentle blue. Alright, cool. Is that going on? Oh wow, that looks like yellow. Whatever. It still helps you see there's 0 1. So, which starting points does the computer pick?
Random.
What is the most efficient starting point?
0.
4.
Which is that coordinate? 0, 0. Now the computer's always going to progress. So I'll make a list here. I'll call it AI. And I'll also bump up the size of this to run the team. So the first spot is going to pick 0. Then what does it want?
2, 1, 2.
Now it wants to, but the computer can only move diagonally. He can't move, he can't jump over 2 spaces. Which path should it take?
Down.
Alright. The computer's going to consider any movement to the side to be more expensive than moving forward. Now in our game, it's not necessarily the case. Let's just say he slows down when he switches paths, okay?
Yeah.
If we were doing the other example, it would take longer. Straight lines are more efficient. Alright, so he's here. Then where should he go?
Dungeon.
Alright? Then where?
Can he go
You said
take
change
diagonally?
He just can't move 2 steps over.
Ah, so
Down to the right.
yep.
Alright, so he's in line 1. And then, where's he gonna go?
Down.
0, 1, or 2?
To 0,
0, 1, or 2?
0,
0, 1, or 2?
0. 1, 2, 1.
Oh no, we can't.
Can't jump to 2. You
Can't
gotta
jump
stay
to.
on 0.
Yeah.
And then,
1.
and
1.
alright, so that would be a path. Now let's talk for a second about how we calculated that. You know what, look, whatever system we just used, we can say the computer thinks in that same way. What we did was we evaluated every turn which path was more efficient, correct?
Yeah.
The other way to do it is to evaluate all paths for all situations before you even start. So in turn 1, since he has to do all possible combinations, he would add all these numbers up. And he would do that path. And he would do this. Right? He would try and do every single possible combination to find the cheapest route possible. Because of that, he might even start on the 9. Right? Let's actually add up the cost of the path we just came up with. We said he started at 0, that's a 4. Stayed there. 5, stayed there. 2, left to the 2, and the 1, then the 3, and the 2, and the 6, and the 5, and the 1, and the 1. And the sum of that. Writing a little bit of programming. It's a function call. That cost him 32. So what other paths you could take? Do the same thing. AI. Everything there.
So this is important, like in a temple run game, then.
Again, this is for the AI though. That comes to 32. Let's go with the new path. So one of the cheaper numbers that it missed out on is this guy. It went 4 plus 5 plus 2. That's 11. Could go 9 plus 1 plus, no, it's kind of screwed still. We'll try to stick out. Let's try a different path.
I can't continue or such.
2, 2, that's a 5. 1. After that, it's probably going to take the same path. Yeah, we had the, that was the most efficient path the whole time. But if this was a longer, if there were more choices, and this was a longer path, there might be times where it might make more sense to take the harder paths for the beginning, if you know the later parts are easier. Right? If there were a bunch of 1s in a line, but the starting cost here was really expensive. Right, in our current system, the AI would evaluate and say 4 is cheapest, I'll start there. So that's 15, especially if it was something like this. In our current system, it would never think to go over there. It would always say 15 is too high. I'll keep doing this random stuff. We could have had a cheaper total. By 7 points different. Worry about later. That'll be our second implementation of this code. The first implementation, let's go line by line and find, of the 3 available choices, since you can always only move forward or either diagonal, find the cheapest. And if that new position, find the cheapest. That new position, find the cheapest. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so, we need a 2-dimensional grid, inner level. It needs to be randomly generated. We'll need to set the length and the width. So generally, I mean, that's easy to do. I just wanted to, we need to pick how wide and tall our level is going to be. And then the next step is what? Is the actual pathfinding. And how do we decide we would do our pathfinding? How many available moves? Whenever the AI is on a position, how many choices can we look at? 3. Move forward, move diagonally left, or move diagonally right. From every position the AI takes, it evaluates the next 3 available spots. Will it ever evaluate less than 3 spots? Yes. What if it's against the wall? Only have 2 choices. But it will always be able to evaluate 2 or 3 unless for whatever reason you made a 1-dimensional level, in which case it can't do anything. Alright, so we said pathfinding. Look at how many places? Find the cheapest. Then what? Find 3 places, find the cheapest, and do what? Move there. What do we do next? Go to the next 3 places. Here's our loop. Look at find cheapest next step. Next step. Repeat. When do we stop? Near the end. We said our character will always move forward. Will always be moving in 1 dimension. Even if he makes choices to move to the side, he's always moving. Is there anything that can change how many steps he takes? Once our level is set, we know exactly how many steps he's going to take. This says 0 to 10. Even if he darts around, he still can only move up to 10 times. Because he's always moving forward, and he'll run out of spaces. No matter what he does left and right, he'll always take 10 steps in this example. So how many times do we repeat?
10.
Give me an answer that works for all cases.
X. Or that variable.
Where X is what?
X is the number of steps. Or the course length.
How about the length of the level?
Yeah.
There's some counter that's going to count from 0 up to the length of the level. Does that make sense? You got any questions? Yeah.
Can you do this in if statement that character gets to a certain point?
Yes. You could. Why? We know exactly how many steps it's going to take always. If you did it in an if statement, you might be in the danger of a while loop. While this step. I guess you could just say while is moving, and then if this step equals the last step is moving false. You can do something like that if you wish, but I really want us to feel comfortable with for loops. Again, a for loop can do the same thing as a while loop. So it's great when you have a set number of things to do, and you want to keep count of it. But you could do something like this, but I recommend not doing something like this. Yuck. Could it? So, build a grid. Generate the difficulties for that grid. Then, for that length of the grid, find the cheapest next step, take the next step.
What time is it? I guess we'll take a break and then we'll work on this.